You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah, and if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now, or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAC Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode.
Yeah.
Shit. Shit.
Gavin, you got to turn off your phone, dude. The movie's about to start.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That sounds perfect.
Okay, good. I'm glad that the levels are
You could
out.
not sound any better.
What can I say?
It's episode 50.
Let's get ready to rumble!
It's episode 50. So 50, so you know we had to go
Episode 70.
out with a bang on episode 50, folks. Isn't that crazy? 50 of these darn damn 50 of these damn dingers.
Gregory, do you see the small vent on the floor? Have you ever heard of a mama scream?
What do you think about that, dude? 50 eps. You're gonna have that sensitivity down. Your sensitivity is...
What, does it keep growing up?
It's all the way up.
No, it's not.
Turn it all the way down.
No!
Dude, you're clipping so hard. You messed with something.
This is all the way up.
No.
This is all the way up.
How you turned it off? You messed with your decibel, the bottom switch. The bottom one is it's really high. Put it at 0.
No, that's a pattern.
Well, something happened to where it's like clipping like crazy. Turn the sensitivity all the way down and mess with that dial at the bottom because you hit something on that. What
No, I didn't. I swear to God. I didn't do it.
It's
I
blasting.
didn't do anything. Nope.
Switch one of the things what is it normally set at?
This?
Okay, well, you got to speak like really far away into it then because all of a sudden you just start clipping for no reason.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, it's better now. I don't know what changed.
Nothing. Nothing changed.
I'm telling you, Gavin, when you listen back to this, you are going to be...
Nothing
It's
changed.
insane.
Nothing changed. I didn't change anything.
I'm not saying that you're sabotaging episode 50, but what I am saying is that you're clipping like crazy.
Episode 50! You know what that means.
It's off to a bad start.
You know what that means.
How are we gonna rectify? How are we gonna rectify this?
How am I going to get my rectum on the screen? How am I gonna fit?
So, well, let's just get the elephant out of the room, huh? Get out of here, elephant.
Yeah, what's the elephant? Yeah.
I got him out. We're all good.
You know.
Well, we are obviously in the metaverse today.
Yeah, we're in VR. You can watch the podcast on VR starting next week. No, it's kidding.
I was like,
Imagine
wait a
them.
minute. Among Us? We are in the internet. We're on the internet today because, Gavin?
Because I'm a stressy boy. No, it's well, I am a stressy boy, but
Yeah, but that's when is that?
well, it's just really hard to drive 45 minutes there, have an hour and a half podcast, and then drive 45 minutes back.
When you're busy with
Whenever I'm
shit ton
super
of schoolwork.
busy, and I have a ton of schoolwork right now.
So Gavin and I had an argument where one of us got hurt,
yeah,
and we came to an agreement that we were it would be best if we did episode 50 like episode 1.
Yeah.
Zoom.
over Zoom.
So that's what we did. And now we're here. And now we're here celebrating episode number 50.
Yeah, this podcast has evolved so much in the 50 weeks that we've done this.
And it's also gone backwards.
How's it gotten backwards?
Because now we're back on Zoom again.
No, we've only just continued forward.
You're right. We're going to keep doing it on Zoom, actually.
It would really help me on Mondays.
Yeah.
Really would.
Well, doesn't sound great, nor is it as enjoyable.
Fuck you.
I'm fucking done with this shit. So we got a big.
That's
We got
another
a.
thing is I get to sit back and relax.
And you don't hear.
You know,
something?
your chairs there. I can't do shit. Can't do shit whenever I'm with you.
Heard that before.
I can't use a glory hole in my apartment.
We have a huge show planned for you guys today. Many guests, many surprises. And my Zoom just crashed. Why did my Zoom just crash? Oh, man. And we're back. I don't know why that happened. I have no idea why.
Why so serious?
This is the world we live in, isn't it? I don't know what happened.
That's so loud.
That was the first. That was the first of many surprises, everybody. So many more surprises planned for today.
We got a special guest planned for you today. His name is Carson's laptop crashing.
It's Steve Jobs haunting us from right behind the grave.
From the Hindi grave.
From the hand job grave. We're recording this on a Tuesday, February 15th. You will be hearing this on Friday, February 18th. And you know what that means?
My friends always call this the butthole episode.
Why is that?
I just kidding. I don't know. I just think of episode 50 as such a. It's halfway to 100. You know, your life is. You've listened to this for 50 weeks straight. I know that every single person has been listening since week 1.
You've either listen. If you haven't listened since week 1, you should just stop listening now.
Yeah,
because it's not going to make any sense.
There's been a lot of great topics that we talked about here on the podcast.
Even if you go back and listen, it's not going to make any sense.
It's not. It really won't. You're gonna be like, what's going on?
You're gonna be so confused.
You're gonna be so confused
because then you're not gonna understand all the characters and people we have.
Yeah,
for our show.
Exactly. So Carson,
what?
Did you watch the big game? Watch the big game on Sunday?
Let me think. Oh yeah, that game.
The big game.
The biggest game.
The World Championship.
The biggest game of them all. How many jalapeno poppers did you shove right in your asshole? How much?
Couldn't chew them up down there.
How much dip did you shove right down your throat? How many hot wings did you gobble right up?
How many hot wings?
How many hot wings? How many beers did you guzzle with your brothers?
0. Unfortunately, it's 0. The answer is 0.
Why is that? Huh?
I was in the IV room at work. Woo!
Did they have the game on in the IV room?
Nope.
While you're filling up ketamine bags?
Yeah.
Special K bags?
They had it on in the break room. So whenever I went to dinner, I saw OBJ tear his ACL, and
Lyndon
then
B. Johnson.
Yeah, Lyndon B. Johnson.
Oh, you did?
Or
You
LeBron
saw that
James.
part?
I saw that, and then the halftime show.
Halftime show wasn't bad.
Some of it I didn't get to see. I got to see up to like Mary J. Blige. So
I just don't. I don't know I don't know anything about her, so I guess I won't speak on her. I mean, I've heard her name forever, but like, I didn't know anything previously, and I still and after that I was like, yeah, it didn't really leave a lasting impression on me. But I thought for what it's worth, it was probably one of the best halftime shows I've seen.
Was it the best because it's the most recent, or is it the best because it really was the best?
Well, every year was the most recent. It sucked. So
yeah, I remember watching there was someone like on TikTok that like showed like the last like 5 Super Bowls or whatever, and their halftime shows, and I was like, wow, I remember 0 of these. I like seriously, they're just not that memorable. Besides the Maroon 5 one because it was just so bad.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
It was just so bad. It was just kind of like, okay, I mean, you guys literally just put on a concert and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Whereas
remember.
this one was more of like an experience kind of thing, where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you watch 50 Cent drop in from the ceiling, and you get to
Go-
watch Snoop Dogg
go-
crib walk.
Crib walk.
He crimped walked.
Last year was The Weeknd, right?
Yeah, and
That-
that one was also more of a performance, but it was kind of like, where are you going?
It was fine. It was okay.
Where's he going?
And I in no particular order, I think did Bruno Mars do one?
Long as I got my student time.
I know
Bruno
Katy
Mars?
Perry did one. Obviously, I remember the Justin Timberlake one.
I remember the Katy Perry one because she comes down on a wrecking ball.
And the left shark.
Oh yeah, no, she came down. No, yeah, that was Left Shark. Yeah, that was 2016.
God, what
That
a
was
painful
2016.
time.
Yeah, I mean, were there any? I didn't get to watch, any of the commercials or anything like that. But were there any memorable commercials that
Well,
you had taken note of?
Yeah,
or-
I want to talk about that a lot, but I still want to talk about the game a little bit more and just the
The
whole
big game.
experience, and then because I do have a lot. I have a lot I want to talk about the Super Bowl with you, and one of them is the commercials. So
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. So I did watch the whole game. I was also in the office hours, patrons only, Super Bowl party live stream.
Sorry, you poor people.
Hope you guys fucking chumped up, right? Right?
Yeah, hope
Brian?
you guys are able to chafe up.
Hope you guys chiefed up. So I watched the whole game with no sound, pretty much.
Seriously?
Yeah, I did watch the halftime show with the volume on.
Although,
I did unmute a couple times for certain things.
I will say that that watching football without sound is a lot more enjoyable.
It kind of
know,
is.
It like any and goes for any sport, and that's one of the reasons why I try not to say too much whenever I'm doing my basketball announcing, but just watching games in its pure form where it's just the game and nothing else, it's just a lot better to listen to that or to watch that because you're hearing them do all their analysis on everything, and then it's just kind of like, okay, dude, like let's watch the fucking game. And it's just so annoying because they do all these camera cuts back to the guys who were talking in the studio, and it's like, can you guys just focus on the field, because like this is what we're watching for. We're not watching for Chris Collinsworth and Al whatever his name is.
Al Gore.
Yeah.
Well, that's
and
what
Al
makes
Gore,
like
inventor of the internet.
that's what makes like live sports so much more enjoyable, is because you do get announcers, but it's not like, imagine, I think a funny thing to imagine is like, imagine you were at a football game but you had the TV announcers coming through the loudspeakers the whole game, and how you would not be able to talk to anybody in the crowd.
It would be terrible.
It would just be constant blabbering.
And sometimes you just talk about random shit sometimes in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
And, there's a parody account that I watch a lot. I watch basketball more, so I see a lot more, basketball takes and stuff like that. So someone has been impersonating Mark Jackson, and Mark Jackson's signature is that he always says with all due respect, and he always says that. So all these tweets are, it's just so annoying because it's we're watching the game, and I'm okay to just watch the game. I don't need to hear. I will say that I really enjoyed just watching the Timberwolves ones, because they do more than just here's some random shit I saw today in the office. It the way that they do is it's more of analysis of what's going on in the game rather than just so the other day I was talking to Tom Brady and Brady said, it's just, I don't fucking care.
Yeah. No, I agree. And yeah, I did enjoy watching it without the sound on. The only time I felt I needed the sound was when flags were pulled.
Mm-hmm.
And that was especially prevalent in the fourth quarter when there was 3 or 4 plays that there was multiple flags in a row just because of so many different things. And so every time that would happen, I'd be and I have to unmute because I was what's happening? So and it was a fun game. It was a good game.
I started learning the refs' hand signals.
Oh, really? I mean, I did pay attention. if I truly was confused what happened, I would unmute it. But sometimes I would just wait for like which way they pointed, and then I was like,
Yeah.
okay, we're fine.
All right, got it. Yeah.
But it was a fun game to watch. It was a good game, and a lot of cool things happen, a lot of bad things happen. But yeah,
Are you glad the
overall,
one? Are you glad the ones win? The Rams won.
the Wims
Rams won?
Rams dumb. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy they won. Yeah,
I'm just happy for Aaron Donald because he won it and he's been through St. Louis Rams times. So I'm happy for Aaron
Oh.
Donald. But fuck,
Which
Stan
one
Kroenke and the rest of the
is
Rams.
he?
Number 99.
Yeah, and I
on the
agree
defense.
to what you said. Sorry. Which one?
Number 99 on the defense. The
Is
guy
he
who
the-
got the big guy in 99. big
That's right.
99.
Because they kept showing that guy, and I was like, I don't
That's Aaron
know
Donald.
who that guy is or why they keep showing him.
Defensive end,
Yeah, he's a big
Just-
boy.
edge rusher, just insane.
Yeah. Oh, he's an edge rusher. You know what I mean? And then
And
that.
the other thing that was always just there was like a one highlight play that I keep seeing is that whenever Matt Stafford threw a no look pass to where
about to bring that up.
whenever the receiver Cooper Kupp was cutting, making a slant, he threw it next to I think it was a linebacker, Von Bell.
Yeah.
And
Like
that was
right
the
next to him.
That was the coolest play because he was faking him out. He was like, "Oh, the curl's wide open. I'm gonna throw there," and then
Yeah.
no look past it to that. That was just so cool.
Because at first, because I obviously don't understand football or really much. I don't understand a lot of sports terms, so I kept seeing it from the behind Cooper Kupp angle, and
Yeah.
so to me, it looked like he was looking at that spot.
Yeah,
And so I was like, oh, it's a no look because Cooper Kupp was running a slant. But
Yeah.
then I finally saw an angle where it was behind Cooper or behind Stafford.
Yeah,
And you can see him look that way and then look to where Cooper Kupp is and keep his eyes over there even as he's running and
Yeah.
just throw it there. And I was like, oh, shit, that's nuts that he did
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
So that was a crazy play because I didn't see that happen live. So, crazy. There was definitely a lot of crazy plays, and I thought it was going to be like the only other game one of the only other games I watched this season with the Bengals and the Chiefs where the Bengals pulled it out second quarter because that's what it was looking like was going to happen. And I'm like, it's going to happen again. They're going to fucking pull it through.
Pull it out in the second half.
And then I had a really good feeling it was going to go to overtime for some reason, and it didn't. But I had a feeling, and then it just fell flat.
It just sucks because the Bengals couldn't move it up the field in that last drive.
Yeah, no, they got fucked.
Yeah, they got
fucked
a little,
over
they got a
big
little
time.
steamrolled there. But I mean, I guess the Bengals now just have to upgrade the offensive line and allow less sacks. And they allowed the most sacks in postseason history with 13.
But interceptions, again, the only two games I watched, they got quite a few interceptions. Even
Their defense, their defense,
Yeah.
definitely did. But
And for
it's
an
more
underdog
protecting
team.
the quarterback.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's they have to have somebody protect the quarterback
big time.
because you just can't allow a great quarterback to get wasted like that. I think Carson Palmer did, Andy Dalton did. Those are two quarterbacks that used to play for the Bengals, I'm pretty sure. Those are for sure. And they just great numbers, but they never did anything in their careers really because their offensive line was just so bad. They were just so
really?
bad. And they just always got sacked and they always got injuries, so they always were bad because they had to put in the backups and stuff like that. So it's tough, and I really hope that Mr. What's his face?
The quarterback?
Oh yeah, Burrow.
Yeah.
Burr.
You hope what? You hope that they.
I hope that he gets the help that he needs there.
Oh yeah.
Offensive line wise.
Yeah. No, I agree. Even though I have to keep prefacing that I don't know jack shit about sports, but I know what I know.
He knows what he knows.
He
knows what he knows well.
Exactly. And for an underdog team, they did really well, and they almost fucking pulled off a crazy win, and that would have been cool for them too. Like I said, I didn't really have much of a preference, really. I wanted the Rams to win, but also at the same time, I was like, I don't really care if they don't. So, but yes, so that was the game. That was all I really had to say about the game. Now, let's get into the commercials. So, before we even go anywhere, we got to talk about one thing that involves someone who we bring up a lot. And this person was in a commercial, and I want to know if you saw it or not. Did you see the Larry David commercial?
No, I didn't. I saw
You
that he was in
didn't?
one. No, I saw that he was in one, but I couldn't do anything. I couldn't see it.
Do you know what the commercial was for?
Crypto.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Not having seen the commercial.
The fact that he did anything for crypto is kind of weird, but I mean, it's I don't know. I don't mind it. It's some people were like, oh, LD's, he sold himself, and it's just kind of I don't know. He wanted money, and it's funny that someone who's always been so obsolete and everything, like the entire second most recent season was basically him just figuring out the modern world, like how technology works and stuff like that, and because it had been like 4 or 5 years since the last one had come out, so it honestly might just be a bit. I'm honestly okay with it because it might have just been a bit, or it's just kind of like, okay. I mean, even in the I think even in the commercial, he's kind of like, crypto.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say is if you haven't seen it or if you don't know anything about it, he's pretty much playing like he literally is playing Curb Larry David, and like literally the whole point even up until the end is that he doesn't really give a shit about crypto. And they're like, don't be like Larry David, invest in crypto. But obviously, like, there's no way he didn't know they were going to strew it that way. Right. And so that kind of makes me go, okay, well, it's funny because I get it, but also, like, if he knew that was going to happen, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It kind of leaves a weird...
He probably got paid in Bitcoin.
Yeah, probably. I read something somewhere where it was like, companies now have to show that whether they've paid actors with crypto or something like that. It was some article like that.
That makes sense because it
only read the headline.
That's basically like paying somebody in stock.
Yeah, really.
At this point, it really is.
And because they can, I don't know this for sure, but I'm sure they can somehow go under the radar by doing that too.
No, you can't. Yeah, you can make up a whole new like address to send something to, and just have a whole bunch of portfolios with money that is technically not taxable because it's under a certain amount.
Yeah, and I wouldn't do that.
IRS, baby.
I pay Gavin in stocks.
Yeah, he pays me in
Tesla stock.
Yeah, he pays me in Tesla stocks, but only by 0.000001. So he pays me $5 in Tesla stock.
I pay Gavin in penny stocks and poker chips.
Yeah, poker chips that he steals on occasion from the casino.
From casino.
Yeah, from the casino.
So, yeah, that commercial kind of left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth because at first, and everybody's had the same reaction, this commercial comes up and it's like, oh my God, Larry David in a fucking Super Bowl commercial. That's awesome. And then it's like, it's for what? It's for
and Leon is in a lot of stuff now. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but
Leon,
the you just got to that season where his he adopts a black family. Yeah.
I don't know if I've noticed that or not. Maybe I don't know what
he's
he
in a
looks
lot
like
of
now.
stuff.
He's funny. I mean, I've only seen a couple episodes with him in it, but I like his character. But that was a little bit interesting, and other people kind of brought up.
It's JB Smoove. That's who it is.
Oh, okay. I recognize that name. A lot of people also brought up the Jim Carrey commercial, which was
the Will Ferrell one was funny with Kenan Thompson. I thought that was funny.
Oh, I don't even
saw
know
that one.
I don't think I saw that one.
It was like the EV for GM. There was like 2 or 3 GM commercials that came on, and one of them was like, Netherlands has more EV vehicles per capita. And he's like, and he punches a globe.
I'll
And
have
then
to
it gets
look
stuck
that
on his
one up.
hand. It gets stuck on his hand, so he tries taking it off, and then he's like goes to Keenan's house, and then goes to like Aquafina's house or something like that. And
Yeah, I'll have to look
I
that one
still
up.
don't.
I don't know.
I still don't know who Aquafina is.
But so there was a Jim Carrey one where he plays his cable guy character, and it's a commercial for
Larry the Cable Guy.
no, the movie
Oh.
Cable Guy. Jim
Yeah.
Carrey Cable Guy movie.
Yeah, Larry the Cable Guy. Yeah.
No, Lim Carrey the Cable Guy. So he plays his cable guy character, and the commercial is for Verizon.
Well, you got
And
a
a
problem
lot
with Verizon? I have Verizon.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I have a problem with.
I don't care.
I have a problem with companies, anyways.
Fuck big companies.
But like that's kind of like his whole thing, with like kind of on Twitter is like taking down the machine and yada yada. And so again, it's just another thing. It's like, okay, I don't know. It's just weird commercials this year.
There was a series of tweets I think I sent you, or I sent in the group chat, that I wanted to read that were really fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
This is from Nick Adams, who I don't even want to talk about his credentials because I bet there's none. So I don't really care. I don't give a fuck about him.
PhD in cricology.
PhD in bullshitology.
You got him, dude.
I got him, dude.
You broasted him, man. No, don't die.
Yes. So this is in order from, I guess, most recent to latest. He said the Super Bowl halftime show should include God Bless America next year.
Amen.
That halftime show was full of criminals. Shameful. A LeBron James commercial. No one wanted to see that.
No,
It is disgusting that a song with anti-police lyrics would be aired during the Super Bowl halftime show.
United States.
Dr. Dre is a criminal. He assaulted a police officer. He has no business being celebrated in a halftime show.
Going on to eat.
And I saw a couple TikToks where people like they knew who was gonna be on, and so they filmed like their family members, all white family members, and during that.
I don't even want to watch any of that, to be honest. I don't
because
think
they just like half of them like walked out they just walked out to go get a refill.
Yeah, there's
of,
so
like,
much.
chips
There's
and stuff.
so many things I want to say right now, but I can't.
Yeah.
I want to, but because I don't want certain people to hear what I'm gonna say. But let's just say what you said about white families watching that just struck a nerve with me in a place
Okay.
that I would love desperately to talk about, but I just gotta leave it. I gotta leave it be. I'm
Gotta
like
take
scratching
that-
my skin right now because I really want
You're itching to tell
to.
somebody. But yeah, I thought that, congratulations to Aaron Donald and no one else.
Who's Aaron Donald?
The defensive guy, Big 99.
Oh, sorry.
Congratulations to him.
I was there and I'm back.
Congratulations.
Big day
LA
for St. Louis.
Big day for St. Louis fans.
Kurt Warner.
Honestly, big day for Kurt Warner. Greatest show on turf.
Rest in
That's what that
peace,
was.
Kurt Warner.
Rest in peace, Kurt Warner. But I mean, I wish I was able to watch it. It just sucks that it just worked out like that.
Yeah, it was. Oh man. Yeah, it was. Back to the commercials for a second. It was just a very. It seems like the consensus is that it was a very weird year for commercials. Like it was a lot of like. Oh, it was. This is the three things that I think you can say about the Super Bowl commercials this year is that a lot of crypto commercials, number one.
Including
A
the
lot
QR
of
code that bounced around the.
Yeah, that one was kind of cool. I'll give it to crypto.com. Still don't really care about them, but tons of crypto commercials, tons of nostalgia-based commercials, and an overwhelming amount of celebrities in commercials, like an overwhelming amount. Like there was commercials where I was like, there's so many celebrities in this commercial. I don't even know what it's about. Is it about these celebrities? Like it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot to swallow.
A lot of celebrities to swallow.
A lot of celebrities to swallow. I've heard
Remember
that one before
celebrities-
too.
Yeah.
Any more about the Super Bowl? I
No,
don't
not
have
really.
anything more about the Super Bowl, but I wanted to make
No,
sure
I'm
you
good.
did.
I'm good.
You're good because you didn't even watch it.
Yeah.
I had a very so as you know, I wake up to a radio alarm clock, right?
Benny and the Jets.
Yeah, I brought that up before because Crocodile Rock played, and it was very painful for me to listen to. But I have brought up multiple times about my radio alarm clock because it's the only time I really listen to FM radio. I mean, sometimes I'll occasionally flip it on my car, but
It's so bad.
it's just as painful as listening to sports announcers.
It's so bad.
So I typically will have my radio set to a radio station in St. Louis called 102.5 KEZK. Because it's the Christmas radio station from November to Christmas. And so I just don't really care to change it because there's not really a reason for me to change it to a different station. But there's two knobs on the side. One of them's the volume, one of them's the tuning. And
Which one of you knobs?
which one of you fucking Muppet knobs?
You
Sometimes I'll accidentally hit one of the other knobs instead of the volume and change the radio station. And so it's probably been a couple months, or maybe at least over a month, that I accidentally changed it to the country radio station, which, as you may or may not know, Gavin, I hate country music, especially
Now
modern
you're
country.
able to get out of bed.
Modern country, I hate desperately. Old country, I can tolerate. And it's
Post
very
9/11
painful.
country is really bad.
Amen. And we all know
Sorry,
why that
but
is. It's all about
it's
girls
terrible.
and towers. So it gets very annoying. But what I found out is even worse than new country are country radio show hosts.
Yeah.
I haven't ever listened to a country radio station long enough to hear hosts, and now I have. And boy, is it weird. So there's this guy who has a morning show on this thing, and I'm usually half asleep, so I don't remember half of the things that get talked about. I couldn't tell you the name of the radio show, but it's something about like Joey in the morning or something like that. And I could be completely getting all of this wrong, but this is what I remember happening a couple mornings ago on the radio show. So it was very interesting because he was talking about something we talked about I think it was last week. Yeah, it was last week. We talked about like treating, like, why do people treat restaurant employees or like minimum wage employees like so much like shit? Like, why do they do that?
Yeah.
And he was talking about that with two other hosts. There was a girl and a guy. And I don't know if they're co-hosts, I don't know if they're guests or what, but so he was talking with them about that. And he was like, I was at somewhere and someone was I think he was saying, it was something like he was at a restaurant and people were getting pissed because it was moving slow and they were getting orders wrong. So he's like, so I stepped up and I literally went and like helped them out. He's like, I was just getting so mad about how upset people were getting and not doing anything about it. So I went up and I helped out the restaurant employee figure out things or whatever. And so he was talking about that, and he was like, and then he brought up, he's like, it's like, and it's the same thing on the road. It's like people get so mad at each other, and it's like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna pull up next to them and flip them off, or flash my gun at them? And when he said, "What am I gonna do? Flash my gun at them?" the other host goes, "Whoa!" Like he was like, "Wait, what'd you just say?" Because I guess he thought the other guy was saying that he was gonna do that. And so he's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
No support of brandishing weapons on this show.
Yeah, it was just a very bizarre thing because it's like nobody else would just say that. What am I gonna do? Pull up and flash my gun at them? I just thought it was funny.
I think of yeah, I've made some very weird eye contact tonight with someone who almost tried cutting me off in traffic.
Oh yeah.
He was supposed to turn right, and I just stared at him, and he was just going. I was just like,
What are you
but it was
looking
the
at, buddy?
funniest. Yeah, it was the funniest thing because it was like this dude's going like 40 to merge, and I'm like, no.
That's
Nope.
what you got to do. You just got to, if someone's being weird in their car, like being an asshole to you, just get next to their car and just look at them.
No,
Just kind of just
shook my
stare
head.
at
I was
them.
like, no. I was like, no.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time. My favorite thing is I was working
Throw up the hand at the top of the.
I was working a wedding back in December. And we were down by the arch, and there's like never parking spots that close to the arch. And
Never.
We got super lucky and got a street parking spot like right in this area right in front of the arch, and it was perfect. And so this person was pulling out. The person who I was with was driving, pulls up in front because they had the parallel park.
Pull out game strong.
And so they pull up in front, and I was like, let me get out, and I can help you back up. And as soon as we do that, as soon as she's pulling forward to then back up, it's very obvious that we're going to parallel park. This other person in an SUV tries to like pull right into the spot without parallel parking, just tries to pull right in as the person who I was with was backing into the spot. And I was just like, I just looked at him, I was like, nah. I was like, nah. And they're like, oh. And I was like, you need to back up. I'm like, we were literally here first. I'm like, you literally need to back up. And I was just going. And so finally they're like, and they backed up, and I was just like,
Yeah,
I hate people. I fucking hate people in parking spots. I fucking cannot stand people in parking spots. I can't stand it.
I'm gonna pull out my gun on them.
I'm gonna flash my gun at them. What am I gonna do? Flash my gun at them?
Whoa.
Because I anytime I'm anywhere, especially in the city where parking spots are hard to find, talking about you, Delmar, I'll be in my spot, and as soon as I get my spot, I fucking hate people who wait to get your parking spot. I'm like, why? You have nothing fucking better to do than to wait and get my parking spot.
You got a good parking spot, man.
I cannot fucking. I literally sit in my car. I will sit in my fucking car for 30 minutes and waste my own fucking time to make sure you don't park in this spot because you're such a fucking lunatic that you need that spot so badly. That's so fucking weird to me. There's a million other spots. You can go park and walk all the way to the spot by the time I'll pull out my gun, and flash it at you.
Whoa.
I just don't get it. I don't get that. I cannot stand that. I never wait for parking spots. Unless someone is literally backing up and they're going to hit me if I go forward, I will not wait for a parking spot. I don't care if your fucking lights are on. I don't care if the whole lot is full. I will go park on the street. I will go pay for a fucking meter. I do not care. I cannot stand it. It pisses me off so much. It makes me so angry.
One thing that's really annoying to me is whenever people cut you off on a right-hand turn, and then they just put up their hand like, "Oh, thanks for letting that happen." And I'm like, "No, fuck you!" Like literally, like, "No, you cut me off, like you bitch."
Wait, so say that again. When people do what?
Whenever, like, if I'm going straight and then someone's making a right-hand turn, and then they cut me off, and then they go, like, "Oh, thanks, thanks, appreciate it."
Like if someone's making
if I'm
a
going
right
straight through
turn,
a stoplight and someone's making a right-hand turn into the same lane as I'm in at a stoplight.
Oh,
I'm going
I
straight
see.
through
Like
a stoplight, and someone to my right is making a right-hand turn.
If there's an intersection,
yeah,
you're going straight, and that person turns right. Yeah, it's the same
turning.
thing with left-hand turns too. That same shit
Well,
happens
like,
with yields.
in St. Louis, there's also not a lot of protected left-hand turns or right-hand turns. So people try squeezing next to me, which is also right next to a parked car. And it's just like, dude, if you hit a parked car, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to move up for you to get behind me and then like try to squeeze next to me to like right turn. Like, the light's still red. I can't move.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, exactly. It's, oh man,
City living.
Shitty living.
City living.
Huh. Yeah, dude, that parking thing, man.
Don't talk to Parson about Karkin.
Don't Karkin Arson about Arkin. So, anyways, enough about cars for tonight. Gavin, Kanye West is a douche.
No, he's not. He bought roses for Kim.
For Kim Crane. For Kim Crane, yay. What do you think about him, huh? What do you think about this whole thing with that cocksucker Kanye.
Cocksucker Kanye.
Kanye. Oh, he deleted one of his posts. Of course he did. What do you think?
He
Huh?
deleted all of them?
Except for the one that definitely his PR team posted for him today.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about him right now?
No, I
about
think
everything?
I think that all those posts that he was posting, like he was going ham. He was going ham. I'd never seen anybody post that much, just in all caps,
Yeah.
before.
Because he's out of his
And-
fucking mind.
Yeah, he's insane, and I feel bad for Kim because I mean, and you can. This is the only time you'll ever hear me say this because I don't feel bad for Kim at any other
Yeah.
point in time. It's just I feel bad because
Same.
she's getting like emotionally, put into emotional distress by Kanye. I think it was funny whenever he asked someone for Kim's number because either he deleted it or she changed her number or
Yeah.
both.
Well, that's one of the it was the text. He posted a text from Kim, which is something you should never ever do, and it said
Without
Kim's
their
other
permission.
phone.
Yeah, it was like Kim's other phone. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. And no, honestly, like I'm not surprised by it, and
No.
I don't know. It just here's the thing. He tends to do these kinds of things whenever an album's about to drop, and
True.
he's got an album dropping in a week.
True.
So
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, but like there's still a lot of mental illness behind this for sure. And not that makes me feel bad for him because there's plenty of people with mental illness who don't do this shit. And you can control
Right.
outbursts like this.
but it's just
Oh, you're unplugged.
yeah. I unplugged my.
Your
mic.
MTV unplugged. Oh, that was a weird noise.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. So
Hear me.
the thing that really sent me over the edge with all of it was, and I like Billie Eilish, but I'm not really a fan of her music. I think she's cool as a person. And the thing that really set me over the edge was when he like pretty much personally attacked her. And it wasn't that bad, but it was still like Kanye knows how insane his fans are. Some of them are more insane than he is. And
He's calling out. He kept calling Pete Davidson Skeet.
Skeet. I mean, that's
That's pretty funny.
funny out of context. It's funny. But the Billie Eilish thing, I was like, you're literally letting people go after an 18-year-old girl.
He was
Because-
grasping at straws at that point.
Oh, yeah, because like what Billie said was like, I read what she said, and it was like, yeah, sure, that could have been directed about the Travis incident, but it's also just like, also there's kind of a lot of evidence pointing towards that Travis knew that shit was going down or had to have known something was wrong when you see an ambulance driving into the audience that, he probably should have stopped it. He probably should have known to stop it. So I think it's okay
No,
if
you can't
people
stop
want to
a show.
like,
You
yeah,
can't stop a show like that.
I guess not. I think it's okay if people want to go after him. Who gives a fuck? He did something fucking stupid, and he kind of deserves a little backlash. Sorry, I mean, I don't know what to say. So that pissed
Cancel the
me off
collabs.
because
He's
it's like,
canceled.
keep him canceled. No, he can be forgiven for what happened. If he gives a good a sincere apology for it, he can obviously be forgiven for what happened. I'm not part of the cancel woke mob.
I think it was funny whenever Kanye posted like saying that he loves his kids and he's like most black people are Democrats and I'm a Republican. I thought that
He
was
said
funny.
that. Oh man.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was like it was a all caps post. Obviously, it didn't make any sense. But
I don't
was
even
funny
want
that
to
he-
like. I don't want to
There's just-
say anything that he said was funny, but obviously there were funny things that were, like I said, out of context funny. But because of all the shit that there was with it, makes it really unfunny to me.
No, seriously.
You know what I mean? But out of context, like Skeet Davidson's funny. Out of context, posting that like Infinity War poster is funny. Out of context, the picture of him holding up the notepad is funny.
No, I wasn't.
That one is funny in general because he looks like a fucking dumb idiot, and he definitely is
And
just fucking
nobody-
stupid.
Nobody was accusing him of being hacked. Everybody knew it was Kanye.
Yeah. But like, and then another thing he did was he posted someone like sent him or left a mean comment on one of his posts, like some just little kid,
Oh yeah.
which you shouldn't. And then he just posted it with their like name, their handle,
Yeah.
very visible. So I don't know, man. It's just I'm so off with him right now, and I plan on being that way.
Frankly, I just I'm not going to listen to Kanye. I just don't care. It like music visionary at some points, and other times it's just okay.
Well, and also it's like in reality, none of these things really fucking matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It's distracting us from the real things, like the Illuminati.
It's interesting. Exactly. That caught me off guard. I was like, yeah, Gavin's making a good point. And then I'm like, wait a minute. What did he just say? It's distracting us from the real thing, like the Illuminati.
Yeah, the real problems in this world.
And the Fibonacci.
The Fibonacci code.
Yeah. You ever seen that movie with... So none of it matters. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it all comes down to. It's interesting to see what happens. He's obviously a person with a lot of pull, and that's why it does matter. But in reality, it's like, who really cares if you like Kanye or not in the grand scheme of things? Just don't be a bad person.
And don't harass your exes.
No, and don't make fun of Skeet. Just don't Skeet.
Just don't.
Whatever you guys do, don't Skeet.
Don't.
Get a vasectomy, chop your balls off. Donate them to Skynes.
I'm going to put my balls into a
laundry chute.
Hot tub.
And put them in a laundry chute.
No. Have you ever seen like that little ball jacuzzi that they started using?
Absolutely.
It's like the male there's a male contraceptive that's being introduced, or not being introduced, but being tested. And like somebody had invented this thing where if you heat your balls up to certain temperatures, your semen doesn't have active sperm in it.
Yeah.
So
it's also really bad for you, though.
It's like no, I mean it's because it's bad for you because you're not going to be having kids. Anyway, you won't have active sperm like in your semen, and so it's like a little jacuzzi bath that you put your balls in. It heats it up, and you're able to have raw dogging. I guess you get to go in raw and not get someone pregnant. It's like male contraceptive.
You can do that anyways.
You're right.
It's crazy. You can do that anyways.
There's a law in California, I'm pretty sure, that got introduced, or is law, where you can't take off your condom in the middle of consensual sex if she knows that you have a condom on. Like it became illegal to do that.
Oh well, sure, yeah. I mean, because I agree with
just
that.
Not consensual at that point.
No, if it's not a consensual thing, then absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that it's kind of like on the same thing where it's like, can you imagine a dude getting his balls put into a jacuzzi by a woman and then waking up and being like, I can't come.
I can't.
There's no we're not gonna have kids anymore.
There's no kids left.
No kids left. I sent you a clip earlier today.
Yes. Are you talking about the wiener clip?
Yeah, I was gonna show.
Literally was just gonna bring that up. Yeah, I was literally gonna pull that up and play it.
That was one of the weirdest, most awkward interviews I have ever seen in my entire life. That was worse than the anti-work guy. That was worse than the anti-work guy on Fox News. It's the fact that Sean, they're like they had like an anti-work admin for I want to say Tinder, Reddit, come on to Fox News and like explain like the whole anti-work movement, and like this guy's like a narcissist, and yeah, it was a train wreck of an interview. But this is really awkward because he just straight up asks Anthony Weiner these hard, these difficult questions, and it's I mean I don't like Anthony Weiner. Obviously, he sent pictures to underage, literally underage women. These are children. He sent dick pictures to children, and I guess he's trying to get a platform again on some kind of
because he's wearing he's wearing like a fleece with like the name of a station or something.
Yeah, and the show is like the left versus the right or something like that. And I guess he's on there to promote the show.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
so
it was something.
Anthony Weiner was a friend of the right, correct? He was a right winger guy.
He was he was like an up and coming Democrat, and then that all happened.
Oh, I didn't know he was.
That was whenever we were younger, so
okay.
it was a little bit. I think
because there's a clip. There's I think, yeah, it's I'm pretty sure it's Vic who plays it on Office Hours, where it's Donald Trump going, "Thank you, Anthony Weiner."
Oh yeah.
And I don't know why he's saying that. I don't know the context of it, so I don't
wanna
know.
say it was after Chris Christie got elected. It was like Chris Christie and Anthony Weiner and us. Anyway.
Well, either way, whoever he is, he's a piece of shit. It doesn't matter
he's a
what.
piece of shit.
I was
Doesn't
just
matter
curious
his
because I've always wondered
alignment.
where that Donald Trump Anthony Weiner clip came
No,
from. So
Don't know.
I don't care what side he's from. That part does not
are you
fucking
gonna play the
matter to
clip?
me. Yes, not video wise, but I'm gonna play the audio
Yeah.
because okay, so it's on Fox News. It's Sean Hannity, some other guy in the middle who looked like Napoleon Bonaparte, and then Anthony Weiner, and it's like a three shot of these guys in
panel,
separate
yeah.
places, and yeah. So I think
This
the
is in
clip
like the
kinda
middle of
speaks
the
for
interview. It
itself.
seems
Yeah, or whatever. It's so funny. Here we
so
go.
weird. Just played it.
Oops, hold on. I gotta.
Is you pled guilty.
I want to refresh it.
Question that I have is you pled guilty, Anthony, to sending obscene materials to a young girl, a 15-year-old girl. You pled guilty, you served jail time. Have you changed? Are you a different person?
Blank face.
Well, I think so. I don't think anyone can go through that kind of experience, and I think this is probably true of people who have been through other types of adversity. I don't think you go through that type of experience and don't emerge changed.
Wait.
Oops, sorry.
I guess the first question that I have is you pled guilty, Anthony, to sending obscene materials to a young girl, a 15-year-old girl. You pled guilty, you served jail time. Have you changed? Are you a different person?
He faced adversity. This is adversity. He overcame adversity by going.
Well, I think so. I don't think anyone can go through that kind of experience, and I think this is probably true of people who have been through other types of adversity. I don't think you go through that type of experience and don't emerge changed.
Well, but Anthony, wait a minute.
So
that's
I think it's fairly
Anthony,
obvious.
That's an obscure answer. I think so. Either you know in your heart if you changed, or you know in your heart if you didn't change. Can you assure people, because you're going to now try and draw in an audience, and they're going to want to know if you've changed or not. Have you changed?
They can judge for themselves.
I'm sorry? I guess the first question.
They can judge for themselves. He looked like he was high or something because he was just like,
yeah, he was so he was just kind of nonchalant about everything.
He's probably just he probably just doesn't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? And so he's just like, I don't know. Have I changed? Probably not.
The listeners can figure out for themselves.
I probably haven't changed. I don't know.
I mean, whenever you face that type of adversity, I think a lot of people go through a lot of change.
Yeah, people who have gone through that
That's
type
an
of adversity.
obscure answer. No, wait, Anthony. That's an obscure answer. Oh, there was another clip from Fox News the other night where Tucker Carlson, I sent you a tweet. Tucker Carlson says that Canada's turning into a dictatorship.
I'm trying to remember that clip.
Okay.
Oh, here it is. I already have it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
That was pretty funny. I'm playing off my phone.
An action-packed day. In other news, Canada became a dictatorship today. It actually did. No longer democracy. Justin Trudeau has declared that he is fully in charge.
It actually did.
It actually did.
I love that. It actually did. That is true. It's like, wait, what? No, it's not.
Now, what would happen? Oh, that was just a funny clip that I saw, but in other actual politic news, one of my friends, I think I met it in DECA in high school, which is Distributive Education Clubs of America. I'm pretty sure I followed him there, or not followed him there, but followed him on Snapchat there. And I guess he works for works for Jefferson City, works in Jefferson City with some politicians.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what for or who for, but allegedly today there was a threat. You've seen those truckers blocking off Ottawa, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Once or twice.
Yeah. So someone this was title of the Telegram chat is "Freedom Convoy to Jeff City, Missouri." This is from the admin. Quote, just to make sure everyone knows, be prepared to stay. This may take some days to get done. This is not done little rah-rah rally for a few hours, then we leave. We have to see this through and commit. The 14 commie senators who are against us are fighting for our 7 conservative senators on everything we stand for. Those same 14 traitors have constantly been a problem with this pathetic gas tax.
Oh my gosh, it just freaking crashed again. This is so annoying. All right, we'll be right back again. And we're back!
Just to make sure everyone knows, be prepared to stay. This may take some days to get done. This is not done little rah-rah rally for a few hours and then we leave. We have to see this through and commit. The 14 commie senators who are against us are fighting for our 7 conservative senators on everything we stand for. Those same 14 traitors have constantly been a problem with this pathetic gas tax, the mask and jab issue, and now this. They need to resign or buck it up. I prefer resign. I'm preparing cease and desist notices today with the intent to claim/lien. I will serve each one personally if we can. We're going to record it when we do. So these people,
I love the jab issue.
Yeah. So they made it seem like it was going to be like a big, trucker march, what they had in Ottawa.
Trucker drive.
Yeah.
They should all commit.
This is the picture. This is who came.
Wow.
That's it. That's all who came.
I'm glad everybody showed up.
Yeah.
For the big rah, rah, rah.
So my dad sent me a tweet. Yeah.
A twat. I didn't know that was happening. I didn't know
so
that.
They were supposed to march on you've heard rumors of a freedom convoy coming through Jeff City calling for a 7-1 legislative map. Just as an update, the team of truckers was supposed to come to Capitol for a noon rally, and this was tweeted at 11:39 a.m. today. Been here since 10 and haven't seen any real convoy yet. Another conservative rally separate from the convoy is scheduled to begin at noon. One of the organizers told me they're not really sure how the trucks are planning their trek, but they asked for any convoy to not run at the same time as the rally. Update, a handful of cars have now circled the Capitol a couple of times, not really enough to block traffic or hinder operations. Inside the Capitol, a few dozen proponents of 7-1 congressional map have give a standing ovation to the hardline Republicans who held down the Senate floor last week. That they did nothing. They
had a convoy and a rally
at the same time.
And they didn't want them at the same time?
And they didn't want them at the same time.
What? What's the difference? What is the difference between a convoy and a rally? And why can't they be together? Why did they want them separate? Aren't they the same thing? Is a rally with people on foot and a convoy's with cars? Is that the difference?
No, dude.
Okay.
You need to figure it out, dude.
I think I have to.
It's just really funny that they can't coordinate anything. It's ridiculous because it's over it's a state legislative thing. It's not like a.
What are they trying to get passed? I don't even know what they're trying to get passed.
I think I
thought this was all Canada stuff.
No. Well, it was funny because even I wanted to say Tucker Carlton, was like, what would happen if the truckers stopped delivering goods in America? Wouldn't that be an issue? So I think
it would be.
Yeah, I think. Anyway, I think that might have inspired a few people to be like, yeah, we should go do that to the actual Capitol. And some people might have already been like, oh yeah, I know where the Capitol is. It's Jefferson City. But I think this was about a Kansas City gerrymandering that he wanted to cut down on the amount of districts in Jefferson City, or make it more gerrymandered so that less people can vote, so it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's a really dumb issue, and they just made it a big deal because they wanted to feel special,
because they wanted a
on their special little day.
That's funny.
I thought it was really funny today to see that. I was on Snapchat and I was just like, dude, what? Seriously, people actually wanted to march on Jefferson City.
We should have gone, dude.
And you had mentioned a couple weeks ago about going to the Donald Trump Jr. rally in in our hometown. And,
I meant to check if that got canceled or not. 'Cause that was the day it snowed.
Oh yeah, you're right. And I think journalism told me I needed to go, but my senses told me I didn't because I would have gotten COVID.
Yeah,
Because they're all anti-vaxxers and not wearing masks.
And my wallet told me not to go.
Yeah,
it was
like
$70 a ticket.
Yeah, $70 to go see that shithead talk for a fucking long ass time, and who knows who he would have brought on stage. Talked about.
Oh,
his
I saw
book
the
or
whole list,
something.
dude. It was a star-studded list. Let me tell you.
Was Glenn Beck there?
I think so.
Yeah,
I saw
'cause
Glenn Beck at the Ted
that's-
Cruz thing.
It's funny because I know.
I think it was Glenn Beck.
It's funny because he is on St. Louis radio some mornings through
Mhm.
the iHeartRadio stuff, and
Sadly.
he just fearmongers all morning. That's all he does.
Yeah.
He just fearmongers. He literally is fearmongering. He is lying, and he is just making shit up and making it sound way worse than it actually is.
Yeah.
All the fucking time.
Well, he's a Rush Limbaugh goon. He's one of his goons.
Oh yeah, rest in peace,
Rest
Rush
in
Limbaugh,
peace.
the gold microphone.
Yeah.
I got to get one of those gold microphones.
I
need one.
don't think that COVID is that big of a deal. And I'm going to be fine, and I'll be back in a couple
He got
weeks.
the Presidential Medal of Freedom, by the way.
He certainly did. That means he's free to travel anywhere in heaven. He's free to sleep with Marilyn Monroe in heaven.
I hope that
So did John
microphone
Voight.
is. Huh?
So did John Voight.
Yeah, you're right.
Little on the laundry list of great men. Man, my neck has been killing me.
Been looking down too much.
I've been doing something. I won't say what.
Carson,
Why, dude?
what you listen to this week?
Oh my God, really? This again? What have we done this 48 times now? 47?
Yeah.
You riding a
something like
hog? You gotta put your arms up really high. Yeah, there you go. Out of frame. Well, Gavin, I kind of have another one of those left field kind of what I'm listening to this week, which is fun.
What you
Gotta
listen
switch
to
it
this
up.
week?
I gotta switch it up every couple months.
Let's see what he's listening to this week.
Well, Johnny, you, and I, there we go, well, first of all, I had some pals over on Friday, had the boys over for a little fun hangout. We got dinner and then hung out at my place, played some games, had a lot of laughs, and
Made a puzzle.
the adults had adult beverages, and the kids had kid beverages.
Their kids had their Shirley Temples.
Yes, they did. Their Shirley
They actually
Temples
did.
and their
John had
water.
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
And
May she rest in peace.
rest in peace, little
Rest in
Temple.
peace, Betty White.
Baby Temple.
Baby White.
Baby wipe. And one of us might have gotten one of us got drunk.
Not me.
It was me. Guilty. And I was pretty good. I was feeling pretty all right.
Pretty.
And everybody left besides Gavin and Johnny, and we were all sitting around all sitting around, and we were talking about music. And we were talking
Shooting
about
the breeze.
shooting the shit, talking about bands and music that we liked, and mostly talking about the Beatles and Beatles solo stuff. And I brought up the band Portishead because I had never listened to Portishead. And you and Johnny both had a out loud reaction to, oh yeah, Portishead. Oh, Portishead's so good. And then you said that your dad likes
Yeah.
Portishead, and I was like, well, shit, I gotta hop on the train. And so, usually when I listen to a new band, I'll play a song, and if I like it, I'll keep listening to it. If I don't, I skip to another song. And then usually what happens is that I don't like the next song, and then I don't like the third song, and then I'm like, okay, I'm out on this band. But I played the first song, and I let it just keep going through and shuffling through songs, and I was like, I really enjoy this a lot, because it does remind me a lot of Aphex Twin, which I really liked a lot, and I like their sound, and I yeah, I do thoroughly like Portishead now, and so I've only really listened to this one album. It's definitely their most popular album, from 1994. Dummy is a very good album. After listening to it like over and over again, a lot of the songs kind of just become the same thing to me. Whereas like the first couple times, I could kind of depict the songs and kind of pick out certain parts, and I still can. But like now, I'll be listening to it, and I'm like, is this the same song, or am I on a different part? And it's not too. Some songs get a little bit annoying, and some of them don't. They're all like, I would say most of them don't get it that annoying, but so I've been really digging this album a lot. If you don't know, Portishead's kind of like they're like definitely an electronic band, with definitely like hip hop influences and stuff like that, and I'm assuming all of their songs have that girl singer, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I really don't know, honestly.
I don't know either,
I was
but
just surprised you had never heard of anything that they've done.
I've always heard of Portishead for a long time. I just had never listened to them, and now I really like them. And yeah, so if you like kind of electronic music like Aphex Twin and stuff like that, give them a listen. So I'm recommending the album Dummy from 1994, like I said. My favorite song off of it is Wandering Star. Really like that song a lot. What else would I recommend? I guess the first song, Mysterions, I would say. And yeah, those are the two main songs I'm jamming. But really, the whole album's really good, and I'm going to listen to more of them. Gavin, what about you, huh?
I spoiled this on Friday whenever I hung out with you, but I'm recommending the new Spoon album.
Yes.
Spoon album.
The new fucking Spoon album.
Fucking Spoon album.
Mappy.
Lucifer on the Sofa. This is a really good album. It's a little bit more, I wouldn't say acoustic, but less electronic stuff and more like just normal guitar sound.
Okay.
And like less stuff. But one song that they have 3 singles on here, I'm pretty sure. It's Hardest Cut, Wild, and My Babe. All 3 of those are singles, but I really like Satellite. That brought back a lot of like early Spoon and a lot of, because it has piano in it. So anytime they have piano, it just kind of feels like older Spoon, because they were really heavily based on piano and like drums and stuff like that. But really, really great album front to back, and just new music to listen to. And it's great to have one of my favorite bands still making music, because like, the Black Keys kind of under-delivered, in my opinion, in the last few years. And all the other bands I listen to are really old, and I don't expect new stuff, or dead. Yeah. So I don't really expect new stuff all the time from them. But yeah, one of my favorite bands of all time, Spoon, just keeps cranking out new ones, and they're really good. And they haven't released an album since 2017, so this is their first one in 5 years. So
oh wow,
great album to just kind of sit back and listen to, especially on a car ride home.
So the band's called Spoon. What's next? Fork? And then what?
Refrigerator?
Knife? Pizza cutter? No,
there was a trivia question.
There
was a trivia question that was like, what band
sucks
from the 90s, which one of these bands from the 90s didn't actually exist, because it was all named after, there's like a few bands that are named after like kitchen items.
Oh.
And I don't remember what the question was.
Oh, well, great. That'll be
or
fun.
I don't remember what the actual selection of answers, but I thought that was interesting.
I don't know anything besides Spoon. I don't know any other kitchen utensil band names. Do you?
No, but I'm about to look it up.
Look it up, dude. Let's see if we can figure it out. You can ask me the question, and then I can answer. My favorite kitchen utensil is a Steely Dan. Gavin's looking up a trivia question. And I'll take this time right now to start giving a little outro. So
no,
first
honestly,
of all,
I don't know. It's
okay.
Nope, can't find it.
Well, thank you all for listening or watching 50 episodes of our show. It seems crazy that we've gotten to 50 episodes, and I would like to be the first to not really apologize, but just say that, obviously there's not much fanfare with this episode, even though it is our 50th episode, but we're going to save some more fanfare and fun stuff for our year episode, which is coming up in 2 weeks. Already started planning some stuff for that today, and then got some more ideas I need to hash out, and Gavin and I need to probably have a meeting and figure out some ideas of things we can do, and so that should be fun. We'll save some more stuff for that, but yeah, 50 episodes. That's a lot. What do you think about that? 50 episodes.
I'm so excited.
I can hear it from there if you just hold your mic there. You don't even have to hold it down there. Hold it up to your mouth again. I can still hear it. Just hold it up to your mouth. I can hear it.
No, because then it'll blow out.
But it's directional. You're fine. Just hold it up so you can talk.
Well, I'm just really excited. I'm just really excited to be able to do a show with you and actually spend some time.
Even if it's not face to face.
Even if it's not face to face, we're still able to do this kind of thing. So really appreciate.
We're still able to do these kind of things.
Everybody,
That's fine.
and everybody who's listening. Everybody who's listened for 50 episodes.
Even though it's not face to face, it's still fine. No, but it's been a great 50 episodes, and I can't wait for 50 more. I don't know about you. You excited for 50 more episodes?
Can't wait.
It's gonna be a great time, and we'll see you guys next week, where we're
For 51.
For 51, big celebration for that. Hopefully, we will be back to being in person as long as neither of us are super busy. Maybe, we might occasionally sprinkle in some virtual episodes when it's easier for one of us. So, do you think I'm directing that towards you or something?
No.
I'm directing it towards both of us. Any final words, Kevin?
Going out to eat.
Any?
Nope. Just be careful.
Goodbye, bye.